Hops and Stocks podcast is presented by 100 Spoke Media Group. We encourage our listeners to drink responsibly. Please note, we are not financial advisors. We do not offer or provide financial advice.
I'm Spoke affiliated from the city of Gems.
Welcome back to the Hops and Stocks podcast, brought to you by 100 Spoke Media Group.
What's up, y'all?
It's episode 48. We got Blast. We got Doug.
Yes,
we got Beat Up. Oh, hold on. We don't have Beat Up. We got
Marlene.
we got some great t-shirt work. But
somebody bearing some arms, bearing buns and bearing arms.
No, man.
Double cheeked up on a Wednesday.
Yeah. I know somebody on the pod had some issues they wanted to address.
I got a couple of bones to pick, man.
Before we hop into these brews.
You know what I mean? When I ain't on, man, it just seems like people talk a lot of fly shit, man, when I ain't on, man. I mean,
tell them how you feel, man.
They get into I don't know if he was drunk. I don't know if the beer was hitting or what, man.
Are you gonna get specific, or are you gonna?
Yeah, I'm gonna get specific.
Yeah, say his name.
The guy with the little girl in his shirt.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
What I say?
Talking fly, man. Talking about I'm cheap. Talking about I didn't want to give you your beers because I was cheap. And I gave you a 6-pack, man. I gave you a 6-pack of craft beer, man.
Yeah, you gave me
those are $4 or $5 a pop.
It's not what I asked for.
A lot more than what your 12-pack of Corona was going to be.
You gave me some craft beer that you didn't even want.
That's not facts.
It is.
It's not facts.
Because you gave it to me, I gave it back. You gave it to Eric.
Man, you talking about one beer out of 6.
Hey, man, I still got some more in there, too. I didn't trick out of that 6.
Talking about one beer out of 6.
Hey, man, it was 50% good, 50% trash.
Hey,
all I wanted was
take that all day, because that was $15. That was like a $30 6-pack that you had versus a $12 12-pack that you wanted.
But that's not
I gave you more than what you wanted. I gave you more than what you wanted.
No, I wanted 12 beers. You gave me 6. It's not more. It's less than what I asked for. I wanted 12. You gave me 6.
It's more money than what you were going to ask for.
I didn't ask you to spend more money. I just wanted my 12 pack that I won.
I gave you what I gave you. And stop talking shit about me out here in the streets. My offerings are my offerings. My offerings are great. Then
Don't bet that guy.
You try to bring Anson into it, man. Big career, but drink anything. I mean, he'll drink absolutely anything. So I don't know how he's going to criticize what I'm giving him. Yeah, you may come over to my refrigerator, and if I'm hospitable. Hey, man, take that. How'd it taste? I really didn't like it, but it's yours. It's yours now. That doesn't mean that I'm just trying to give you trash. I'm just trying to give you something that I may not drink.
The man put me on. He said, if Doug's giving it to you, he don't want it. He does not.
All I'm saying, when I ain't on, keep my name out your mouth.
I can't wait till the next time you're not on, dog. I'm letting it loose.
I'm like Breakfast Club over here, man. You know what it do.
You could have pulled up on him.
Hey, man, is that the end of Breakfast Club? Y'all hear about that?
I mean, it's not gonna be the same without her, but
yeah, I think Angela Yee is leaving the show, right?
Yeah,
that's the headline I seen. I didn't read nothing about it though.
Was there any beef or anything, or is she just moving on
doing her own shit?
Yeah,
but she used to beef with Charlamagne because who was it that disrespected her that she felt like
Gucci?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I remember that was an issue for a little bit, but I don't really check in for the Breakfast Club a lot.
What did Gucci do?
I thought Charlamagne was gonna leave before anybody.
Yeah,
he got his own show.
Is that show still on?
Yeah, it's coming back on. Coming back on. I mean, I don't know if it's any good or not, but it's coming back on.
Oh no, the couple episodes I saw, it was quality, like straight militant type stuff. Like he was on some. I mean, he was really pushing the envelope as far as the race was concerned.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Anytime he gets on talking about, I mean, what he does.
Well,
there goes an edit.
No, that's what he does. So,
yeah, I mean,
true story.
He said that's what somebody else did.
Yeah, true story.
and he has a TV show doing this.
It wasn't Tolls.
True story. We'll leave it in.
Man, you already think about edits, man. I mean, let me edit out here, man.
Huh?
All right, man.
Hold on. Time out.
Hold on.
Time out. Exactly.
It's you. After the pod is over,
Thank you.
The first one to text somebody, like, hey, man.
I'll tell you, man.
Thank you. You're the very first one.
I mean, I reflect. I don't know about you guys. I reflect on what was said, and after my reflections occur, you know, I throw it back out there for y'all to digest.
People like, I don't think we should keep this part in there, man.
No, I say thoughts. What are your thoughts?
What y'all think? Nah, keep that shit in there, man. Keep that shit.
I'm trying to get at it before you all try to, you know, censor me.
We got it, man.
All hearts and minds clear now, man.
Yeah, we all good. Everybody got that issue off their chest.
This guy's calling me a MFer, while I'm not even able to defend myself, man.
I forgot about that.
Like Doug's the MF. I'm like, oh, this guy, man, he's a son of a bitch.
Hey, man. I'm thinking about the edits. I mean, you are though, dog. You try to do me dirty, man. I asked for 12.
He was excited, like, Doug gave you that? Oh man.
Because you have a history.
Backdrop story about this.
This motherfucker, man. You do catch dirty on beer, man. I've never heard of somebody losing a bet. It's supposed to pay a 12. It pays with a 6.
I ain't even so ungrateful, man. Ungrateful.
Yeah, I guess I am. I just wanted my 12.
I went into my
stash.
He paid
me with a 6.
I went into my stash and got quality, high-priced beer to give you. And you're ungrateful about it.
Hey, man. I don't know
you
anybody.
guys even make the playoffs.
So
we got smashed.
We did smash y'all.
Okay.
So what are you talking
about?
What
y'all do? What y'all do for the rest of the season? Y'all go to the playoffs?
Did y'all win the Super Bowl?
I ain't bring that up. I said, did y'all go to the playoffs?
No, we're in the same boat though, because we didn't win the Super Bowl.
You already know what we did.
Y'all lost in the Super Bowl.
At this point, we are going to pivot, folks.
Right.
We got chips. We're going to the Super
Can we start the show?
Yeah, we got brew we need to review.
Hey, it started half hour ago. What did the one say?
All right, my mains. We got I'm kind of off because we had this little detour, but like we always do about this time, we got Mr. What's in This Can beat up. What you got, man?
So yeah, let's talk about it. This joint right here is out of South Carolina. It's the oldest brewery in South Carolina, Greenville, South Carolina. It's called Azure Senior. It's interesting because it's a collab with like 12 different breweries.
Damn.
Okay. I'm not gonna sit down here and name all 12, but you can see the can. They're all on there.
What's the name of it again?
Azure Senior from Thomas Creek Brewery.
Curious to see how this tastes.
Yeah.
9.4 in the ABV, 0 in the IBU.
Oh, damn.
Poured him up already.
What's the style?
IPA. It's a double IPA.
Okay.
With no IBU?
No IBU.
That actually should be delicious, man.
Well, it's probably, you already know, is with the high ABV, it's probably kind of boozy. It's a little darker IPA. You can see.
Yeah, it is dark.
It's almost hazy, almost. It's almost like a cider looking. It does has that mosaic hops in it that I like, and it has Centennial hops in it. So let me check this out.
Open up some sinuses, man.
Hey, I ain't never seen that smell before.
It has some grit to it. Oh, shout out to
oh man, this guy always sending shots out, man.
Shout out to the guy who Jermaine bought this beer for me, man. He wanted me to give him a shout out, man. So shout out to Jermaine for hooking me up with this beer. He said it's a local favorite. This definitely has some bite to it, man. It's claiming that it's smooth. I ain't getting none of that. Off the nose, I really ain't smelling too much. It just
He doesn't like it.
Hey man, that
Right.
face that you are making, man.
it's got bite to it right there, man. It's hoppy, man. It's strong.
So that 0 IBU was 17.5.
It's definitely 17.5.
See, this guy's picky, man. I can't put none in his 6-pack. He's going to criticize everything.
I don't know.
This
I
is
don't
in
know.
the threes for sure.
Does it make it to the threes?
If the can told me what it was supposed to have in it, then I can tell y'all what a true rating would be, but I don't know what it was supposed to be. I don't know these other two hops that were in here. I don't know the notes they were looking for. It's a harsher type of beer. It's got some edge to it. It's not an easy reach for me.
I don't think I've ever heard you say that. Normally it's like, oh, this is an easy reach.
This is definitely if you're trying to get there, if you know what I mean by getting there, this will get you there real fast. Take 2 of these down. I don't hate what's in this can, but
3.75.
it's okay.
Nah, it ain't even that's not 3.75, man.
I gave it a 3.5. It's a 3.5. It's not awful, but I've had worse. It's just everything is throwing me off. The color is throwing me off. It's claiming that it's smooth. It's got a lot of edge to it. Yeah, this is Thomas Creek Brewery, Azure Senior. Maybe because they have so many collabs on this beer, man. It's 12 breweries in one. This is like a suicide. Remember them blasts back in TV?
Yeah.
It's basically a suicide, man.
That's what I was gonna say. Maybe 12 cooks in the kitchen is too much.
Exactly. I was just about to say that, man. Too many cooks in the kitchen.
I mean, you got somebody like pour your jig in, then pour my jig. Stir that up.
It's too many spoons in the bowl, man.
Oh man.
3.5. Azure Senior, Thomas Creek Brewery. South
Everybody
Carolina.
put an ounce of IPA in and called it a mix.
What you working with there, Blast?
All right, man. I'm excited tonight. I got my favorite brewery in the house, Southern Tier. They had this joint on sale, Blueberry Whirl. It's a milkshake IPA. So
Oh, yeah.
Juiciest, smoothest IPA on the menu.
Okay.
Stat wise, let's see, we're sitting at 6.5 on the ABV. Let me see if I can find you some notes here. We got barley, oats, and milk sugar. Boil and twirl together with fruity tropical hops, only to mingle and cool with, of course, the more hops. The mixture is then conditioned and finished with blueberry and vanilla. Enjoy a bursting aroma. Oh, well, I can't read that next line. And rich notes of citrus, tropical.
Oh, come on, man.
I mean,
You have to give the people what they want.
it's telling you to enjoy a bursting aroma and a creamy, you know what.
No,
What?
we don't know.
Don't know.
Nah, you guys
You're
aren't
reading off,
you
you're reading
aren't
off the can.
you aren't
You're reading right
catching
off the
me.
can.
No, we don't know. You're just reading the can. Like you just said, Doug, when you gave Doug a pass for what he did.
A creamy
These aren't
mouth,
your
a
words.
creamy mouthful, man. There you go. You guys happy? Creamy mouthful.
Yes, we are.
Hey, it's better than what I thought it was going to be.
All right, well,
You could at least follow that up with a pause, man.
no, man, that's not sensitive to some other communities to say that, man. So
Damn, it
Leave
look
it.
good.
I'm gonna leave it out there for it.
You didn't publish that. What was on that?
Nah, you're right. I didn't, man.
Oh man.
Hopefully it's good, man. Like I said, it's one of my favorite breweries. We'll see.
My favorite style right there, man.
Is it creamy?
Uh-oh.
It's pretty good. I mean, it nails the blueberry. I don't know if I'm getting.
Are you getting cream?
You get a creamy mouthful or what?
You need to stop it. On second thought, man, it is kind of nailing the milkshake
That's the cream.
It's
That's
just
the
a little.
cream.
It's a it's a little bit light, man. It's a little bit light for a milkshake IPA. Like
They said something about cream. Are you getting that?
I don't know what that is, man. But anyway, it is an IPA, but it's a little light. I think I'm used to the milkshake IPAs being a little heavier. So that's probably the only knock on it. I think I'm gonna give this a 4.
Is it sweet though?
Not super sweet, but you definitely get the blueberry. It ain't like a sour or anything. You get the blueberry and you get that vanilla. I guess that would be. Oh wow! Wow! Oh, wow! This guy.
You're skipping over the number one thing the can said.
Did you hear what he just asked?
Yeah, I did hear that.
Maybe he needs to be a clip.
Oh man! So you gave it a 4? At least it's in the 4s.
Yeah. I would say a 4, man, because I think they did a pretty good job of nailing what they said they was gonna nail. It ain't mind blowing like I was hoping it would be, but you know.
Ooh. Hey, that can match the shirt.
Oh yeah, we got the blues jumping off. You're right.
Yeah, look,
That can is dope. Like I would have just based off the can, like I would have picked that up.
I was looking at they got they're out of New York, but they got tap rooms in Cleveland and Pittsburgh.
Okay.
Some of the stuff they had on tap just sounded really good.
Mm. That's
But
weird to be
Southern
out of New
tier.
York, Southern tier.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's Southern New York.
Yeah,
Not hip,
got you.
but it's pretty good, man. Give it a try if you're into milkshake IPAs.
That's what's up. Well,
Send it
can I
over
go?
to the Toll House, man.
Yeah, I'll go, man. This is Untitled Art. You know, one of our go-tos. Let's say double mango sour.
I saw that up in there.
Yeah, Berliner Weiss style ale with mango puree, mango juice. You know, for the summer. And I gotta be honest, I've already been sipping on this. It's delicious.
you poured the whole can in there, or you just left the sediment in there?
I poured I left a little bit in there.
It looked pretty thick.
It's the shit. It's good.
Is
that
it a thick
puree?
pour?
Huh?
Does it come out kind of thick?
I give you a little bit of the devil's cut.
That's flavor.
Man, this I'm about to call a motherfucker.
I think you already did.
Yeah, he said it anyway.
I did.
I was about to call this a mulligan.
Hey, this is delicious, man. This is
How sour is it?
it's not sour at all.
Yeah, okay.
Like I don't even know why they're calling it sour. You know, I don't really mess with sours. It's just you get lucky sometimes. Good job, man. 6.0 on the ALC volume, and I would give this, man, 4.75, if not a 5.
Ooh, nice.
I had that last week. I like it.
Whenever I think about like, man, I might have to go back and get the 4-pack of that. It's a good beer. It's an easy reach, as B-Dub would say. It's a very easy reach.
Is it on par with that the peach that y'all like from UA?
And this is good. Like the peach, you know, peach is okay. I like the peach, but I don't know if I can really remember what the peach was giving me.
Yeah, was that last year's peach?
Yeah. I bought that peach like several times over. I think that might have been a 5 for me, that peach joint.
Yeah, I gave my peach away, dog. I didn't like it.
That's what I'm saying. So when you gave that away, were you giving away trash? Somebody probably would love that shit.
I don't like puree in the beer.
Okay. This is good. 4.75. Good job, UA. I'm coming off of 2.75 last time I was on.
Man, I was hoping you had something better because I felt so bad for you, man.
Yeah. What's crazy, I still got that can sitting over here, man. That horrible can of.
Do you have a 4 of those, or was that a single?
It was a single.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, good job, UA. Even though y'all don't F with us.
All right. I got a let's see, this is called Prison Pals. And this is a smoothie series, and it's a smoothie style sour ale with pineapple, mango, and passion fruit. It's checking in at a puny 5%, and it actually has a relative sour scale on the back, which is kind of cool. And so it's a 2 out of 5. I'll show you the pour. this is thick, man. Like,
Man, yeah,
this
that,
is,
that look like a milkshake.
yeah,
Right.
this is a heavy beer, man. Like, it's super thick. It honestly tastes like drinking pulp. I'm not opposed to pulp. Like, I like pulp in my orange juice and all that. It nails the notes. You get the guava, get the mango. The pineapple is kind of faint, so I would go ahead and say that that's well balanced. There's not one fruit overpowering the other. Really, really good. It's just, like I said, just super thick. So if you're not into, you know what I'm saying, like BW, you probably wouldn't like this, because this is like drinking an entire cup of puree.
Yeah.
The only reason I won't get this a 5 is because I have another beer in the refrigerator, and it's almost the exact same style, exact same notes, and it's at 8%. But I'm gonna get this a 4.75. And the only reason I'm knocking it is because I would prefer a higher ABV. But this is really, really good. Once again,
Who makes that again? E?
Prison Pals.
Oh, that's the name of the brewery.
Yeah, they're out of Florida, out of Doral, Florida. I'm not sure what part of Florida that is. They're fairly new to Nashville. But like I said, they got good can art. At my HH, they had a couple of different offerings. I grabbed this one, but I'll definitely check out more from them. But once again, it's a straight up smoothie. I mean, you know, for people that are watching, you can see how thick it is. It is delicious. My only knock is the ABV. I would prefer something a little higher ABV. So I'm gonna give it a 4.75.
Yeah.
I think when you start going into the double digits on beers, it works well when it's stout. IPAs, you have to find that good balance. The last 2 weeks, I done had 2 IPAs that were high in ABV, and they just didn't have that good balance of it. This one is too high. If they turn down the alcohol in this one, it'd probably be a better balance. It'd probably come up a little better, because right now it's just too rough around the edges, man. I wanted to like this beer, man, but man.
Yeah, them IPAs, like you said, when you get up into that double digits, they bite a little bit.
They bite, and I'm not opposed to it biting, like, but this one is just like all bite and no, the back end, like, it's all the way through. It was rough. I think you need to turn it down a little bit. Like at a 7, it probably would have been good. If it was in a stout,
Yeah, I mean, a stout can handle 10% easy.
14.
So, but what you just said wasn't real hoppy, was it? What's up, Dan, man? Welcome to Hops and Stocks. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good, man. Thanks for having me, man.
No problem, man. We're just wrapping up a couple of reviews, and we're gonna throw it your way and holla.
Do your thing.
Yeah. So BW, you said that was real hoppy or no? It was like 0.
It says it has. It claims it's hoppy. 0 IBUs. I just think they went about it all wrong. For one, I just think that 12 different breweries and one beer is too much.
I would want to know the backstory, like how they made that happen.
Man, I just told you, everybody had an ounce of their IPA.
An ounce of IPA.
Man, let's put this in this dude's cup, shake it up a little bit, serve cold.
Yeah, I definitely would love to know the backstory on this one, man. They just could have did a lot of things different, in my opinion.
Well, let it go, man. You know, it's just 1 week. Let it go.
Yeah, B-Dub's a little heated, man.
I know,
because I'm back-to-back weeks and I ain't had no fire. You know what I'm saying?
It's really disappointed, man.
Yeah. You know
I mean, you've been drinking free jig, man. Free.
Right. You're not even paying for this jig. You're probably still drinking the 6-pack I gave you.
Oh no, that 6-pack was rationed out a long time ago.
Hey, Dan, you drink beer, Dan? Okay.
Nah, I don't drink beer. Not anymore.
You told us. I remember you telling me that when I was talking to you, that you didn't drink beer.
Yeah.
Well, good for you, man. You're the fitness man, so I don't expect too many beers.
Oh, no, I drink something else though, but we just keep that to myself.
But as for the viewers and the listeners, we want to welcome Dan McCalister owner of Dan's Fitness and Dan's Fitness Training Center in Mason, Ohio. Welcome to the show, man.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, so Dan, man, just, when I reached out to you, you were celebrating your 1-year anniversary of your fitness center being open, man. So congratulations with that, man. That's a nice milestone right there.
Thank you. Yeah.
What's
been a long journey.
Man? How's the year been being a small business owner?
The reality of it is the first 6 to 8 months, you do have a hard time sleeping because it's you're trying to make things work on your own. I'm not working for a company no more. I'm not, depending upon anybody else. It's all me. So the first 6 to 8 months was tough. You can do it, but you had those days where you kind of question yourself, like, man, did I make the right decision? But then you just keep on pushing on and not wanting to accept failure. So I gotta keep going. Those days when you don't want to go to work, you get up anyway. You know what I'm saying? You can't call in sick and say, well, guys, I don't want to do it, because if you don't work, I don't get paid.
Right.
And if I don't go to work, I don't change people's lives. People don't get their work in. So I'm doing it as a service to people and to make a living off of it too. So it's a win-win for me.
Right. So go ahead and just tell us a little bit about your journey and a little bit about yourself.
All right. Well, I don't know. I didn't put this in my bio, but I am married. Doug, you knew that. I've known Doug a long time. So
we were on the usher board together, right? The junior usher board?
It's been a while, man. We go back to when we was teenagers, which is, a few years ago.
Right.
And
hey, I used to look up to Dan because he was a junior deacon, and I wanted to be a junior deacon.
Oh, man. Oh, man. Wow, I didn't know that.
Well, actually, I was a junior deacon. I don't know how they made me one, though, because I was like, man, I'm nothing like Dan.
Desperation, bro. Desperation. No, I'm playing. But yeah, I'm married. I got two adult kids now. I mean, my son just graduated from high school, and my daughter's about to graduate from UC. So I worked in corporate America for a long time, and I was in Fifth Third for a long time. I probably shouldn't have said that, but I was in the banking industry for a long time. I was in the car rental business for a long time, real estate for a long time, and everything I was doing was just kind of like doing what I was good at, but not what I was passionate about.
Okay.
So it took me a while to figure that out. And then I have to really thank my wife and my kids for supporting me, because when I decided I wanted to go off my own and do this, they had to be behind me because they knew it was going to be a lot of long days. So 8 years ago, actually almost 8 years ago to this date, I left my corporate job and went on to be a contractor first to try to build up my clientele. So I went to a local fitness center and built up my client base. And from there, I was actually, it's funny, I was doing that and teaching at the same time.
I think your signal's kind of weak right
now. When you step out on faith.
Guess I'll be editing this pod blast.
I'm sorry. Is that better?
you good. We me and Blast, we switch off on edits, and then sometimes when a lot of technical stuff get involved with the software, I gotta edit it.
Is that better?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah. So but when I was breaking off into the whole thing, I started teaching and I was doing training at the same time because I didn't quite trust that the training's gonna go well. But after a couple of years, I started getting people started referred to me, coming over here, asking me those questions. And next thing I know, I was going from making 15, 20 hours a week to 55 hours a week. And it's really funny because before COVID happened in 2020, I was still contracting and I wanted to open up my own place, but I was kind of nervous about it. Me and my wife went and talked to some people. I went and talked to some other companies about opening it up, how much money it would cost to start up. This is January 2020, all right? And my wife can attest to this. And about February, I said, man, something don't feel right yet. I don't want to do it just yet. Don't want to do it just yet. And as you all know, March 16th, 2020, they shut gyms down.
Yeah.
So I literally would have invested all this money, all this time, and it would have been shut down. And that would have probably destroyed my business had I not listened to whatever higher being was going in my head. So I waited, came back from COVID, waited another year, And then last year, decided to take that step and go out and open my own place. I was at a store and I saw this place and I said, I'm gonna try it. And next thing I know, I was renting this place out and all my clients came with me, but two. I mean, I have a big clientele and all of them came and supported me and they all been with me ever since. And I've grown. I've got 3 trainers working in my facility now, along with myself. And like I said, the first 6-8 months was kind of tough. You know, you wonder about things, but now just kind of going day to day, man, just living it up, looking at things I want to do in the future, maybe even expanding in a couple of years. You never know. So but that's my story, how I got to where I am. And I'm very thankful, really blessed that my wife and kids supported me and all my people who've been working with me have supported me. And I wouldn't be here without them.
So is it like, is there a difference between like a traditional gym and then like a fitness center? Like you probably don't have, do you have like traditional weights or you just have like more like CrossFit type of atmosphere?
Yeah, the CrossFit's another whole different thing. So you talk about gyms, you talk about fitness centers, you talk about CrossFit, they're another whole avenue as themselves. You know, CrossFit, you know, I do some CrossFit stuff, but I don't do a lot of CrossFit stuff. My specialization is more performance and exercise as well as corrective exercise. So my whole job is to help people, just be fit and live their best life. So I'm not trying to have somebody compete in the CrossFit games. I'm not trying to have somebody go be Mr. Olympia or Miss whatever. My job is so that when you go on vacation with your kids and your grandkids, you can go enjoy your time being together, as opposed to your back hurting forever, your feet hurting forever, the aches and pains that come with getting to be 30, 40, 50, 60 years old. So my thing is all about building a quality of life. And that's why I call it a training center, because I don't want guys in there dropping weights everywhere and, making the attention to everybody. Hey, I'm working out. Yeah. Okay, you're at the gym. We know you're working out, bro. This is all about getting your body better. So that's why I'm trying to shift that focus as opposed to the traditional gym. Yes, I have weights. I have a cable system. I have TRX systems. I do have the tires that you flip and everything. But that's just based upon the person. I mean, and all my exercises and all my programming is geared towards what that person needs. And most of the people I work with just want a quality of life, man. Once you get to a certain age, you just like, man, look, I ain't trying to do all that, man. I want to be able to just wake up in the morning and feel good, and I'm sore, but it's a good sore, that type of thing. So
they don't want the dad bod. They don't want that dad bod.
They don't want the dad bod, but if you do get the dad bod, you want your guns to be there. Something, something to make you feel good the next day. Like, man, look, my belly's there, but these arms are popped, stuff like that. Right. So that's what I'm looking for, and that's my difference between it being a training center versus a gym. All my people are personal training. It's not like a membership. So, you go to a traditional gym, you could pay 20, 30, 40 bucks and you just go in when you feel like it. Mine's is all specialized. You have to have a certified trainer with you to be in my place. It's locked and key, so it's safe and secure. And it's just not the traditional gym setting at all.
Sounds good, man.
So what made you choose that route? Because that sounds like a niche. And it sounds like you found your niche, and it's something that, I live down in Westchester, and obviously, what I'm saying? So I was at LA Fit, well, I think it was Lifetime Fitness. I don't think it was LA. It might've been LA. And then there was a 24-hour fitness down there. And, those are your traditional gyms. Mm-hmm. So what made you choose to go this route versus another, just a cookie cutter type gym?
Yeah, no doubt. I live in Liberty Township, so I know exactly what you're talking about here. I know exactly what gyms you're talking about. Honestly, I've told people before, there's a difference between trainer and personal trainer, and it's the word personal. I love the relationships that I have with my people. I think that the niche works out because I can help people and really focus on what they need. If I just did a traditional gym, I could probably make more money, but I think I'm impacting people in a different way right now. And that's what I really care about, is the impact of people's lives I'm making. And honestly, people have been with me for 4, 5, 6, 7 years because they've built a relationship with me as well. So it's this level of trust that you just can't get if I just try to broaden out to everybody. And then lastly, I can't emphasize the personal touch more. I mean, like, I got 3 other trainers that work with me. All their clients know who I am. You know, you go to a corporate gym, you may not even know who the manager is at the time. You know, people can say, you know what, I go to Dan Fitness Training. I talk to Dan. Oh, I know Dan. He's cool. You know, he's that. And if something happens, I know Dan's gonna have my back. So I just wanted that personal touch to people, man. And I'm not trying to get rich. I'm being rich by changing lives and helping people out more than anything else.
It's a good attitude right there.
Yeah, I was about to say, with that mindset, you definitely are going to succeed.
Dan, I got 2 questions for you.
Yes, sir.
When I was reading your About Us page, and you touched on it briefly, the word corrective exercise stood out to me. Can you explain what corrective exercise is? And then secondly, talk about how you've used the internet to, help people with their regimens. It looked like on the About Us page that you create these plans for people, and that it's stuff that they can do on their own as well, and you've used the internet to dish those plans out to people.
Yeah, no doubt. So corrective exercise is understanding, it's the physiological way of understanding how the body is supposed to work in synergy together. And so a lot of times when we have different ailments in our body, it's usually something else that's causing it. So I'll give you a prime example. A common ailment that people have is lower back pain. Okay. All right. A lot of times what people don't realize is that there may be other muscles that are causing that lower back to hurt. So what I'm going to do is try to figure out what muscles are causing the lower back to hurt, fix those, and therefore get you back to your point. Your body's working the way it's supposed to be. So that's what corrective exercise is all about. It's about fixing people so that their body works the way it's supposed to work. You know, when you're doing a push-up, your chest should be working, but your shoulders and triceps should be helping as well. Learning how to make the muscles work together in synergy. Because sometimes the people doing exercise, one muscle just continues to dominate. One muscle will dominate while the other muscles that are supposed to be helping with that exercise are not doing their job. So what I'm going to do is try to teach that muscle to not dominate and allow the other muscles to help. And that's what corrective exercise teaches us how to do. Get those muscles to work together in synergy.
Yeah, I never heard that term before. That's interesting.
Yeah, so that's why it's such a specialty, and that's why I help people, fix their body. I mean, and that's why I do it. I think it's fantastic. I love it.
Dan, I've been told the reason why your back hurts, Doug, is because you got a gut. Is that true?
Well, it doesn't help your lower back, that's for sure. But I'll get back to that in a minute, Doug. Let me finish my man William's question here. But as far as the internet stuff is concerned, I have several clients. Like I have a couple of people I have one lady, she travels all the time.
Yeah.
And so I do virtual trainings for her. So wherever she is, I do virtual training for her, and we will go based on where she is. So she's somewhere, she has equipment, I will help her use the equipment where she is. Because a lot of times when people travel on business, they go to these hotel gyms and they don't know how to use some of the equipment. So she's with me and I'm teaching her how to use the equipment there, as well as keeping the program going for her. And then also I have a couple other people who they're pretty comfortable working out themselves. They just don't know what exercise to do when. I don't know when I should do this, when I should do that, or what muscle groups I should be working. Hey, Dan, I want to work out 3 days a week. Can you design how I should work out these days? So that's when I do a lot of my online exercise programs. I send people the exercises they want to do and what days they want to do it, how many reps, count, and all that kind of stuff. And then we can modify accordingly. Does that answer your question? I mean, that's what
that was perfect. That was perfect.
Yeah, as far as Doug and the gut, man, the fact that you sit here sucking down probably 4 or 5 beers, man, ain't gonna help the gut, but it do taste good. No, I'm playing. But the gut, the body works in opposite muscles. All right. So when I say that, if your lower stomach is weak, your lower back's gonna possibly be weak, or your lower stomach can be weak and your back is overworking, which is back to the corrective exercise that I was talking to you about, fixing one part so the other part doesn't overwork. So if your lower back is hurting, it's part because it's tired because it's carrying your body from doing this all the time, as opposed to being up here.
Right. So the core, so really kind of work on the core, and that would take some of the strain off of the back.
Yep.
Yeah, it sounds good, but
Hey, I get you, man. I get you.
Doug, like, what other free lessons can we get while we on here,
Right.
I know working out is and staying fit is one part of it, but do you also stress a good diet and eating properly?
Yeah. So the interesting thing about the diet and nutrition stuff in the state of Ohio has some really strict rules against trainers and giving nutrition advice that you have to really be careful of to not be sued. Like, so the state of Ohio requires, in order for you to be a licensed dietitian or nutritionist, you have to have a 4-year degree. So it's something totally different. So as a trainer, if I give you advice, I mean, there's trainers out there who will give you nutritional advice. I won't. I log my food every day. I tell people to log their food because that's the first step of being accountable. But if I told you to eat something and you got sick or you had some underlying conditions that I didn't know, whether it be diabetes, high blood pressure, and I get you sick, that I'm liable for you because I told you to eat that. So the state of Ohio really frowns upon that. So I don't really adhere to that. I tell people, to log their food, document their food, and be honest with yourself. That's the level of accountability. That's how I did mine. I lost my weight because I documented my food and I work out 5 days a week.
Man.
Talk about that weight loss, Dan. I noticed that on the About Us page too. It sounded like, at some point you got serious about your fitness and your health, and diet was a big part of that.
Yeah, well, I'll share a personal story. So in my early 30s, my wife was traveling out of the country. I was driving to my corporate job, and I think I was 30 years old actually, and I thought I was having a heart attack in the car. And I'm sitting in the car. I called my best friend. I'm like, man, look, man, I'm about to go to the hospital. If something happens, somebody need to know where I am. Then I called my mom and said, Mom, I'm going to the hospital because I'm a big mama's boy. I can't help it. So I don't care. I love my mama. But I was, so I'm sitting in the hospital just in tears. I'm like, man, I'm not gonna see my kids grow up. I got to do something about this. At this point, I was 30 years old, 6'2", 305 pounds. And I'm just like, man, I'm sitting in this hospital room like, man, I got to do something, man. I got to change something. I want to see my kids grow up. I want to see my grandkids, And from that point on, I started working out. I did I went to the whole, back then it was called the Atkins diet. I did the Atkins diet, lost about 80 pounds real fast. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to be fit. But what I didn't realize is that the moment I started eating normal again, I gained all my weight right back. So I was back up to 300 pounds again. Yeah. So eventually when I decided I wanted to get into this fitness where I was working out like for 2 years straight, but I wasn't getting any results. And then I started looking at my diet and started documenting my food. And then I started working out properly, and then the weight started coming off and it stayed off. I mean, I lost like 80 pounds at first, and then I put on about 20 pounds because I want to have that muscle feeling. I didn't want to be that skinny guy. I want to have some muscle. So I put about 20 back on, but I like where I put it.
So when you're talking about like diet, and really kind of like focusing on like how your body metabolizes what it's eating, what suggestions do you give as far as, when to have, hearty meals, or, morning time, that time? I know there's a lot of philosophies out there as far as when to eat, your carbs before this time or that time. I mean, what are some of your thoughts about that?
I've done several different things. Like, it's really funny you asked that because I was just telling somebody the other day, in the wintertime, I go back to intermittent fasting. Now, I don't do it in the summertime. I do it in the wintertime. So that means I would do like a 16-8 intermittent fasting. So that means for 16 hours, I won't eat, but I drink like tea every day. And then I eat for 8 hours, and then I document my food from there. I like that because I like the way it makes me feel. It also helps for people who are pre-diabetic, who are trying to fight diabetes. If you ever have that, intermittent fast is something to really can look at. And there's different types. There's 12-12, there's a 14-10, there's a 16-8. I tend to go to 16-8 route. With as far as carbs and pre-workout, personally, I think people should get carbs before they work out because carbs are your energy source. When you have a no carb diet, you ever notice anybody who's on a no carb diet is extremely tired. That's because your carbs are where you get your energy from. And then your fats are your reserve source. So you're probably burning fat. That's why people hit that ketosis state. So you will lose weight, but your energy is shot. And then you're burning your fats too fast, and your fats are your energy reserve, and then you have no energy. So I believe eating carbs before you work out. And then after you work out, especially for guys, protein with some type of amino acids to help your muscles recover are essential, especially after 40. You got to get that stuff in your body. That's what I've come to find out.
That's a good suggestion. I mean, that's real good advice. You know your stuff, man. Qualified. I think you're qualified to have your own fitness center.
Dan, have you, so in our community, there's, and this is maybe just my own personal experience, like there's not a huge focus on fitness. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of times when I talk to people, friends and stuff, they question, like, why do you go to the gym 6 times a week? And I'm like, because it makes me feel good. And I was like, one, I like to eat, I like to drink beer. I was like, so it keeps me from being 400 pounds.
No
and
doubt.
I was like, but I enjoy the dopamine, the endorphins, and the stuff that's released when I work out. But a lot of people in our community, they don't go to the gym. They don't have any interest in the gym. And like I said, a lot of my friends, they worried about like their hair and all this type of stuff. And it's like, you have to. So how do you get through to like those kind of folks who, you know what I'm saying, they got every excuse in the world not to step foot in the gym?
Honestly, man, those people are going to be hard because to be fit, it's all a mindset.
Yeah.
You got to change your mind. I mean, for a while, I was doing the same thing. I was working out so I could eat. I was working out so I could drink. But it's a mindset, man. And so when those people, until they change their mind, it's really hard to reach them. You just got to keep on encouraging them. Hey, look, man, I'm going to the gym. Because some people just got to see what you're going to do. Especially in our community, man, people are doubters. Everybody doubts you, man, until you do it yourself. And if you be the walk and talk and proof, maybe you can get to them because they may not do it. I mean, it's hard. You just keep encouraging them, but I don't know what else you can really say until they make their mind up, man. Because once people make their mind up, unfortunately, like bad things have to happen sometimes before people start making their minds up. You hope not to get to that point. That's why we want to be proactive. But for the most part, man, I just try to tell them, hey, look, this is why I'm living my life, man. And when I'm feeling good, maybe they want to be like, man, I want some of what he got, and go from there. But it's hard to reach people who don't have their mind right, man. It makes your journey even harder. It really does.
It just takes that one time to get in there. That's probably the hardest part is that first time. Then
that's why my first time with people, I don't try to kill them in a workout. See, I think a lot of trainers have done that before. You get to the trainer and they try to kill you, and you hurting for a week. You're like, screw this, man.
I'm not going back. Yeah.
I ain't coming back to this, man. That's why I said my whole philosophy is about making you feel good. I want you to be like, oh yeah, we did arms today, but I can move my arms. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm shooting for, man. But it's about that lifestyle, man.
I honestly work out because my father works out. If that man can do it at 75 5 days, then I have to be able to match that energy.
Yeah, no doubt.
Even though
my dad took me to the gym for the first time. My dad's what got me started working out.
Did he?
Yep.
Like he's always been on health. So if he can do it at that age, I have to be able to match that energy with him.
No
Even
doubt.
though he gets there before me and I leave before him, as long as I was there, you know what I'm saying?
He probably talking half the time.
Nah, he work out the whole time. He just does.
Look at him.
He don't do like some people go in there to work on like 2 body parts a day. He does everything every day, like the sauna, all the sit-ups, the legs. He does it every single day. So I'm not doing that. So
yeah, that's
why I leave an hour before him.
Hey, but you getting it in, man. That's what matters, man.
All I can
get you some sauna action.
Yeah,
I don't like the heat, man.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Man, that sauna is good for those muscles, man.
I love the sauna, man.
Yeah.
The sauna keeps you
he
sore.
does those crunches in there. I'm trying to do all that, man.
He does them
Sauna
inside.
keeps you from getting sore, man.
Huh?
He does
sauna keeps you from getting sore.
He does the crunches inside the sauna.
Inside the sauna, yeah.
Oh, man,
I'm not doing all that.
Yeah, he out there getting it in.
Can't breathe in that mug.
Yeah, I ain't doing that.
It's like you
So-
breathe hot.
I know we talked about, you know what I'm saying, like the lack of like a lot of our community being involved in fitness. Are you proactively, as a small business owner, reaching out to the community to try to, you know, push fitness, push health, and, you know what I'm saying, get people to change their lifestyle?
Yeah, I'm not as active as I like to be. It's something that this first year I've been on so much of the grind that I have not had a chance to really get out there to do that. I mean, I've gone to a couple of events that have been promoted by my wife to talk about fitness, but it's not something I've done a lot in this first year. That I'm going to do more of it, but I got to get my time to start being leveraged a little bit more. That's why I got other trainers now to try to help me not work the 55, 60 hours a week and maybe work 40, 45 hours a week and spend the other 5 to 10 hours reaching out to the community. I will sponsor different events. So somebody's team doing stuff like that. They want me to sponsor uniforms. I do stuff like that, but I haven't had a time to do that the way I want to. I mean, it's in my future, but like I said, this first year it's been really a grind. I didn't have time to do as much as I would like. If I'm being real, I mean, I'm just being real.
I know we appreciate the realness, man.
Yeah.
And I mean, just to kind of go back to the business side of, you know, the whole endeavor. So, you know, what challenges did you face actually, you know, opening up your fitness? Were you able to get the loans that you needed to buy your equipment? You know, what was that process like?
You know, actually, man, I like I told you, in 2020, I was looking to start my thing up anyway. So what I did is, being an independent contractor, you're self-employed, but you're not really a business owner. So I changed my mindset beforehand. So I went and opened my own business credit card to establish myself as a business name. And I actually planned what I wanted to do years before I opened up. So getting a loan and stuff like that was no problem, because they looked at my previous stuff and said, this guy, you can tell he's been planning for it. I had my credit where it needed to be. I had my business account open up for 7 years, 6 years, whatever it was. So I've already established that relationship. It wasn't something I just woke up one day and said, oh, I want to open my own gym now. It had been in the plan, it had been in the works for a while. And honestly, if you don't plan that kind of stuff and have a business plan, you're set up for failure. So I had the business plan. I had myself set up for years, just getting ready for it, getting the small business loan. And I had some money saved too, so I didn't have to take out that much money at all. So I'm not like gym poor. You know, I'm not paying no loan back that's killing my bottom line. So it's so small that I have it paid off here really soon, and I can go from there. But yeah, I planned for years to be ready for this, man. So I didn't just wake up one day and just said, man, I should do my own thing. But yeah, it's the plan with the credit. It's the former banker in me really helped out with planning myself.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I remember you working at that bank, because I was doing some loans myself. Yeah, I remember that. So your the people that you have working as trainers, is it kind of like a concept like a barbershop where they kind of get their clients and they're able to kind of take in their money? I mean, do you get a little piece of that or what? I mean,
Doug want to know, are you taxing them? Like,
no, I'm just saying,
you can't play for free, man. You don't get to play for free.
Yeah.
Not at Dan's gym, you don't.
I mean, without giving too much information, I'm just, you know.
I won't disclose that there can't be.
You said, what is your fee and when do you get paid?
Yeah, I can't disclose all that. But
how long do you force them to work?
Yeah, no, they are all independent contractors, and they just pay me monthly rent to use the place.
Okay,
that's what they do. So it's like a barbershop type of thing. Yeah, they pay for rent space and they come and go as they want to. We're all in the contracts agreements. I treat them like adults, because that's what they are. They're adults and they have keys to the place. They bring their clients that way. If I'm not there, they can bring their clients in and out. You know, it's a partnership and a business relationship with them. So yeah, but everything else I can't really disclose.
But it's called Dan Fitness. But the name is Dan Fitness, okay? It ain't contractor fitness. It ain't.
No, sir. No, they got it, no doubt.
I got you, man. Well, congratulations on that, man.
Appreciate it.
I'm proud of you, and you know, keep it moving, man, and you know, make it bigger. I'm gonna have to come out and visit. Maybe I can get the old Summit Christian discount or something, you know.
Yeah, I got you.
Nah, I was just playing, man.
He ain't really got you.
The rates are your
Yeah,
rates.
he don't, man.
He don't really got you.
He'll get you all right.
Like, open up that checkbook, buddy.
So Dan, why are fitness contracts so hard to break? Like, I'm joking, man. I'm joking. But them joints, they be wanting you to, you know what I'm saying, come in, give your birth certificate, your firstborn's name. Like, hey, I just want to cancel my membership, man. Like,
Yeah, that's the traditional gym, man. That's why, man. Nope. Yeah,
Like, man.
My people can cancel me anytime they want to, man.
Yeah. Like, man, I'm moving out of state. I can't keep this gym membership, man. Like, let me cancel it.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know, man. I can't help you with that one, man.
Yeah, I'm joking, man. But
I know you are.
hey, man, we appreciate you, you know what I'm saying, stopping by. Before we let you go, we want you to shout out, you know what I'm saying, your socials, your contact information. If anybody's looking to get fit and, you know what I'm saying, become a client, how can they reach you?
Best way to reach me is Dan Fitness, the number 4, the letter U.com. That's my website. My email is also Dan Fitness, the number 4. I'm sorry, info at Dan Fitness, the number 4, the letter U.com. So I keep it real simple. I have a landline, which people don't have landlines anymore, but I have one in my business. It's area code 513-972-8040. I'm at 115 Reading Road, Suite B in Mason, Ohio, 45040. So give me a call or email. You can go online. You can go to Google. You can Google Dan Fitness Training Center. You can even click on the chat there, and that comes right to me. And you're chatting with me. You're not chatting with anybody else or nobody in some other country. You're chatting with Dan McCalister. I respond to you there. So I'm also on.
It's like a helpline. It's like a helpline. Like
it's like a helpline, but it comes to me, man.
I want to drink this 2-liter. What should I do, Dan? Like,
these chicken wings smell good, Dan.
What should I do?
You don't hit Dan until after you finish the 2-liter. That's when.
Oh man! Don't drink that 2-liter before you come see me. That's for sure.
I also want to mention, man, that I don't think I've been guilty of putting a lot of noops onto the podcast, but Dan is a member of Alpha Phi Alpha, so can't say I'm putting number capitals on, man. I got some alpha friends out there too, so represent.
Yeah, we got to represent, man.
I mean, we went the wrong route, but he still.
I mean, Doug made one mistake in his life, but that's all, man. That's cool, I forgive him, bro. It's all good,
Hey, man, we appreciate you stopping by, man, and giving us some gems. And
appreciate you guys having me.
All right. Before we let you go, just one thing. What would you say to a new person who's looking to open up their own gym? Like, what's that one lesson learned that you wish that somebody had told you before you hopped in?
Dan has this stuff planned out, man. I mean,
true story. Dan he saw the future.
I would. What would I tell somebody to do? Give me a second.
We done stumped Dan.
Don't open during the pandemic.
Well, yeah. I would probably tell them to. No, that's what I did. But I would tell them to make sure their following is solid.
Okay.
Because that was my biggest thing. I think that's the best thing that I did. My following was solid, and they all came with me.
Yeah.
If you go into this thing without a strong supporting system behind you, as far as like existing clientele, and you try going to it by getting new clients, you're screwed. Because people are going to come and go, but those existing people that stick with you and have been with you, man, they'll stick with you. So that'd be the thing that I'll tell somebody else, man. Make sure you have a solid following before you go do it, because it's the sleepless nights are real, and you got to make sure that you have built a foundation that works. That was probably, I thought that through, but that's what I would tell somebody was the best thing I think would help me get through this first year and beyond.
We appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
Once again, Dan, appreciate you joining in.
Yeah, no doubt.
We are Hops and Stocks signing out. Episode 48. We out.
Peace.
Be a shell of a man if we ever depart. From my heart to I'm riding with you.
I'm riding with you.